Okay. So, say hello to my little friend. So what we are doing is we are preparing for the drywall. It is the night before the massacre. You can see here, there has been a massacre. I guess it's the night of the massacre. So what we had to do was take a piece of, give me a hammer. Hang on, I gotta be an assistant too. You see my mouth? Aren't my teeth pretty? I don't know where the hammer is. Oh, here it is. Here. I tried to give him a hammer a minute ago, but guess what happened? He said, no, I'm good. I don't need it. And now, guess what? Needs a hammer.
Go get the hammer on.
So, anyway, what we had to do was, there was a piece of wood. You can see right there. That's the end of it. There was a piece of wood that held the cap of the wall up. So see the thickness of this wall? It's not actually as thick as between two trusses. There was it was halfway in between. So what we had to do was cut out the header for where the truss was. And right now, Tony is drilling in a couple of extra pieces. You good?
Some more screws.
He has driven me crazy.
You're a great assistant.
I am. But anyway, so what we're doing here is so that we have something to screw the drywall into. He's putting a couple of sisters up to this joint here so we have something to screw in. Otherwise, we would be going too far with the screws. So that's what we're doing tonight, and we're gonna clean the floor up. And we're gonna clean the floor up and go get in the hot tub. We have rented our handy dandy sheetrock lifter so that we don't break our back, and you will see some of that tomorrow. Dun dun dun!
This is a continuation of the stuff we started last night, where we have to drywall the ceiling. Drywalling a ceiling is the hardest job ever, and it requires
Say hello to my little friend.
His giant friend. Oh, you can see it. So that's a drywall lift.
There was a guy at the Home Depot who said, I had to hang 150,000 sheets of drywall on a ceiling somewhere, and we were like, okay.
Yeah, he might have been exaggerating, but
okay.
We are.
But he said he used that, and he said it helped.
Yeah, we're gonna get the drywall and the ceiling done. It took us, when we did the other room, about 15 minutes per sheet of drywall. And so we're hoping this job takes us.
We had a lot of cuts.
Yeah.
So hopefully we've got at least 2 sheets in this room, lengthwise. 3 probably, that don't have any cuts in them. So it shouldn't take us as long.
So what we're hoping is this is going to take us about 3 hours, and then when we're done with that, we're going to put some drywall mud. We're going to tape the seams and put drywall mud on, and then we're going to go shopping for trim at the Restore. There's one in Fairmount, which is near downtown Cincinnati, and then there's one in Covington, Kentucky, which is where we ended up getting the trim for the other place.
What are the 3 rules?
Reuse, recycle, and rhinestone. We're going to do at least 2 of those.
Right.
So,
you might not see all of it because you've seen some of that in the past, but here you'll see us putting up some drywall.
Hanging drywall. It's very exciting.
We have already had our first fight.
Ain't even started when we had our first fight. Why did we have our first fight?
Because I get confused.
Because Will got confused, and when he gets confused, he likes to tell me how wrong I am, and I'm right.
You're still wrong.
Right. Boom.
done.
So separate from having a fight about how it was gonna go up, it went up perfectly. And
He didn't know how to use a lift.
I didn't know how to use a lift. I was wrong. I was wrong on that one, but I was right on the other one. So,
But that's none of my business.
and that's coffee, you dumb dumb. Now, so one done. Let's do some more.
Say hello to my little friend.
It is
Truly.
a panel carrier.
Oh my God.
And it really did save
So
our life.
helpful.
I can't imagine not having this if you did much more work than we did. But
Right.
here is the best news possible. I had guessed that it would take us 3 hours to get this done, and it took us 3 hours and 12 minutes.
And we only had one significant union slowdown.
Yeah.
Because it
And
was
I'm not
easier.
even exhausted because of how...
Well, we haven't done we haven't put all
There's
the
lots
screws in.
Right, so what we did when we did it was screw around the perimeter to get them up there, get everything out of the way, and then Will is going to finish screwing the screws in
While he's taping
while
and
I
mudding.
do all of the taping.
Right.
So, that's what we're doing.
And what you saw, a couple of times you saw us like put the thing up and then it had to come back down or whatever. In this ceiling, since we didn't take the lath strips down and all of the panels were up there before, there were nails and things that were coming through the lath that we had to like remove. But half the time you couldn't see it until it was already up there and it was unlevel or whatever.
And
so.
the room is 15 feet and 10 inches. Not 16, 15, 10.
Right.
So we had to cut 2 inches off the other pieces.
And we're gonna see if there was
There might be another
might
window.
be a window right there.
See, there's a window over here. There should be a window over there, just based on general architecture from the period. So there may be a window back there. We're not going to do it now, but there may be another window back there that's been covered up.
Yeah.
So good news. We are done with this part. We're going to start taping, and Will's going to. It's called screwing off. Will's going to screw off while I tape. And then...
But first we're eating lunch.
We're gonna... have another fight.
Say hello to my little friend.
We're done.
Wow.
I mean, we're not done, but everything that we wanted to accomplish today is done. We got...
we still have to take our stuff back to the Home Depot, but that's...
Well, right. We've got it shopping, but as far as getting the drywall up, getting the drywall taped, getting the drywall mudded, it is done.
Coat one of mud?
Coat one of mud. It'll probably take 3 coats because we've got some old house problems, which is just levels that are funny, but we have to go buy the trim that we're going to use for the crown molding, and
that's it.
And then wait 24 hours, put some more mud on, wait 24 hours, put some more mud on, sand it, paint it, and then as soon as that's done, we start working on the floor. It's very exciting.
And all we're doing to the floor is painting the floor.
Yeah, we're just painting the floor. At some point in the future, we will put down a new floor. In the meantime, we're putting, we're putting
floor paint.
Expensive floor paint on it, which is designed to be outside. So it's more than enough epoxy and durability for inside. So that's what we're doing. We're all done with this part. Woohoo.